Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we are plunging headfirst into something pretty significant in horror cinema. The Conjuring. Last Rites.
Yeah, this isn't just, another sequel.
Exactly. It's billed as the ninth and final installment, a whole decade of this universe wrapping up.
It promises to bring the saga of Ed and Lorraine Warren to a close. A poignant one, they say.
Okay, let's unpack this there.
So what's really fascinating, I think, is how this film tries to be that grand finale and dive into another alleged real-world case.
Right, balancing the legacy and the new story.
Our mission today, really, is to pull out the key insights from early reviews, the plot stuff we know, the timeline.
Give you the full picture of this bittersweet goodbye, as James Wan called it.
Precisely.
And it promises quite the finish, doesn't it? Last Rites is set for September 2025.
Yep, and crucially, bring back Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson.
As Ed and Lorraine. You couldn't do it without them, really.
For one last case. It feels like the end of an era.
So this final case, it dives into the Smurl haunting.
That's the one. Set in 1986, West Pixton, Pennsylvania. It's a pretty infamous case.
What kind of phenomena are we talking about? The usual conjuring fair? Or...
Well, reports included, severe poltergeist activity, really foul odors, apparitions, and some deeply disturbing elements, including alleged sexual assaults by a demonic entity.
Wow. Okay, that's heavy. Yeah. Especially for a mainstream horror film.
It is. And reports claim the disturbances didn't even stop after exorcism attempts.
So when the movie tackles something like that...
It really raises questions, doesn't it, about translating these deeply personal, terrifying claims into, well, blockbuster entertainment. There's a responsibility there.
Yeah, absolutely. And yet, despite that heavy premise, it's been a box office smash right out of the gate.
Oh, completely. #1 opening, huge numbers, like $34.5 million on day one.
Wow. Projecting, what, $75 million for the opening weekend in the U.S.?
Something like that. And big numbers internationally, too, like in India, pulling in 35 crore. The appetite is clearly still there.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me. That huge audience pull versus the critics.
Right. The critical reaction seems much more mixed.
So audiences are loving The Farewell, but reviewers are a bit more divided.
Exactly. Some are calling it spooky good, a fitting finale. Others found it maybe a bit slow.
Slow pacing, or maybe heavy.
Yeah, weighted down perhaps by the emotional side of it all, a decade of story.
That emotional density, it ties right into what James Wan said, calling it poignant and bittersweet.
Mm-hmm. He definitely framed it as an emotional conclusion for the Warrens. You feel that intention.
And that emotion isn't just on screen, is it? There's that tribute.
Yes. The end credits tribute to Dan Rivera.
The real-life caretaker of the Annabelle doll. He passed away in July 2025.
That's right. It shows a real respect, I think, for the origins of all this lore, the real people involved. It grounds it.
Definitely adds another layer. Okay, so for you, the listener, maybe a fan trying to piece this all together, where does Last Rites fit?
Right, the big Conjuring universe timeline.
It gets complicated.
A little. But Last Rites is actually quite simple in placement. It's at the very end, chronologically.
So 1986, that's after everything else we've seen, all 8 previous films.
Yep. The whole timeline stretches from, 1952 with The Nun all the way up to this film in 86.
So how should people watch this, especially if they're new or doing a rewatch?
Okay, our deep diver's recommendation. For first-timers, probably stick to the release order.
To keep the surprises.
Exactly. You experience the story, the reveals, as they originally unfolded, kind of like watching the Warrens' fame grow.
Makes sense. And for the veterans, the rewatchers.
For the deep viewers, or if you're revisiting, try the chronological order. Start way back with The Nun in 1952.
And watch the whole story unfold decade by decade.
Yeah, it gives you that really cohesive progression. You see how it all connects from the start. So, consider which journey works best for you.
Okay, so we've looked at the emotional weight, this really chilling true story behind it, and how Last Rites kind of ties this whole massive universe together.
It's both a scarefest and a farewell.
A lot to process for the final chapter.
Definitely. So as the Warrens' cinematic story wraps up, maybe the enduring question Last Rites leaves us with is about, well, belief.
And fear.
And fear, yeah. And maybe the kinds of stories we tell ourselves, about the unknown.
Interesting thought. Is it just the things on screen or something else?
Perhaps it's not just the demons they hunt, but the shadows within us that really keep us hooked on these stories. Something to think about.